Ahead on Apple Valley News Now, travelers have 2 options per day to fly from Yakima to Seattle. But now officials are warning that choice could be in jeopardy. The change they're hoping to see, and soon.
I'm Monique Ledesma with Apple Valley News Now, live at Vista Fields and Kennewick. Find out what new construction is coming to Vista Fields and when it will be ready by. All that and more coming up.
And we've had rain, we've had wind, and even snow to talk about. Lots to break down on my first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. The Yakima Airport is working on expanding and improving its services and has now had the second daily flight to Seattle back for 6 months. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to airport officials who say those flights aren't filling up the way they need to be.
Airport officials say the average flight between Yakima and Seattle is only 72% full.
We really need to be above 80% consistently on all the flights in order for Alaska Airlines to be profitable.
Because when it's not, the airline pulls from a pool of money donated by community members and organizations to make up the difference.
You can see that we're still in decline here on all of the flights, and we've already spent $111,000 of our $500,000 minimum revenue guarantee.
The goal for that not to be the case next year, but
the flights have to be profitable enough for Alaska Airlines to say, okay, we don't need to sign another 1-year guarantee next year.
And hopefully profitable enough to draw in other airlines with new destinations.
Maybe twice a week to Las Vegas, but then also maybe daily to Salt Lake City.
He says the destinations may be limited now, but there's other benefits to flying YKM, including smaller distances between gates and shorter waits.
You can literally get here 45 minutes prior to your flight. Check in with the airlines, easily make it through TSA, and have no problem boarding your flight.
Plus, the airport gets money for each passenger that flies out. So more passengers also means more funding for renovations.
We're trying to create a destination, not only by bringing the restaurant back, but also bringing a cafe and a place where you can come and hang out and have a cup of coffee and work on your laptop for a while.
But he says to do that, people have to be willing to show up and fly YKM. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, airport officials say Phase 1A of the modernization project is under design right now and should move to construction later this year. Now let's talk about your forecast. Stacy, we were seeing that camera just shaking in the wind a moment ago.
We've been seeing that. We've had wind, we've had rain. We even have a little bit of lightning just where we thought it would be in the foothills of the Blues just outside of Dayton. Some lightning strikes out towards the Palouse and Pullman, and we had some showers move through the area. It's just enough to make your car dirty, though. Not a lot of precipitation is falling. Now, this was the big news earlier today, and we still have a winter weather advisory for the Cascades through tomorrow morning. 2 to 8 inches above 4,500 feet, 8 to 15 above 5,500 feet. That's those upper elevations. Snoqualmie passed earlier today, looked like a winter wonderland, but you can still see that snow piled up on side of the highway. So if you're planning to travel over the next couple days, do check those past reports. Right now on our Apple Valley studio cam, you see the clouds off in the distance, but the blue skies have returned. Now, winds have decreased a little bit this evening, but they're not going to stay that way. 57 degrees, still warm. Here's what's coming. Look for those partly cloudy skies for the rest of the night. Breezy to gusty winds through Wednesday. Possible thunderstorms mainly in the foothills of the mountain areas, and warmer temperatures on the way this weekend. All those details coming up in your first alert weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacy. And we continue to track new developments at Vista Field and Kennewick. You can expect to see a lot of construction in the weeks ahead. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma has a look at the celebration that happened at Vista Fields this morning.
Vista Field has been in development for years. The city of Kennewick seen some delays due to the pandemic, but now they're getting back on track. The event this morning kicked off renovations of the southern gateway at Vista Fields. Eventually, the goal is to make the space a vibrant part of the community.
The hangars will be reconfigured from old aircraft hangars to public spaces, pavilions, if you will. It'll be a place for outdoor events such as Saturday markets, flea markets, things like that. Place for people to gather. Port of Benton CEO Tim Artson says that using the hangars is also a way to honor the history of this space. Well, Vista Field in its day was a small airport, and depending on how far back you want to go historically, it was used during World War II for training of fighter pilots for World War II. More recently, it was a small, what they call a general aviation airport. The port purchased 3 hangar buildings that were used for aircraft storage, and then when the airport closed, we kept the hangars. We want to be respectful of the history of Vista Field, so the hangars are staying, but they will be reconfigured into these public spaces that we've been talking about.
Artson says they're hoping to turn this into a multi-use space.
It's going to supply housing. It will also supply some of the little businesses like we used to see in the downtowns before World War II, the little businesses, compact, a walkable community. So a lot for everybody.
Artson says you can expect to see a lot of deconstruction and reconstruction these next couple months, as the expected completed day for the Southern Gateway at Vista Field is set for November. Reporting in Kennewick at Vista Field, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. Now over in Yakima, you can expect some delays on Nob Hill Boulevard this summer. They're working on fixing the road there. Crews will be grinding off the old deteriorated asphalt on Nob Hill between 3rd Avenue and 16th Avenue, then replacing it with new asphalt. The cost of that project, $1.25 million, mostly from State Transportation Improvement Board, but some of the money coming from city utility funds. The city says they won't be closing off the entire road, but you can expect some minor delays and detours.
Occasional closures of small sections to allow for the movement of equipment or that kind of thing, but there will always be access to the roadway, at least one lane in each direction.
Construction will be on weekdays from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it's expected to continue through late summer. And we're also following up tonight on the progress on the Blue Bridge painting project. WashDOT and Washington State Patrol joined together this afternoon to update all of us about the work. As Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed explains, something else was brought up that's been on the minds of many.
Over 50,000 vehicles use the Blue Bridge between Pasco and Kennewick every single day.
This is a big deal for Tri-Cities. It's a big deal for an investment for many years and decades to come.
It has been almost 30 years since this bridge was painted, so this is a massive project.
This isn't just to make things look pretty or good. That will be the case also. But this is to go in there and to clean out any spots that need to be cleaned out.
WashDOT and Washington State Patrol are working together to get the word out about the updates. In the coming weeks, officials say you will notice more painters at the bottom. They will eventually move up to the top area of the bridge. Workers are also checking bolts and rust to ensure the bridge is safe for decades to come.
So, it's kind of a new concept.
That new concept, the zipper merge, which was also brought up today. Washington State Patrol Trooper Thorson says you can be fined over $100 if you do not allow vehicles on the right to merge at the end of the merge point.
We want everyone to be polite, be patient, and we'll all get everyone over the bridge as fast as possible.
Now, right after the press conference today, we wanted to see if drivers are following the rules. So we are heading on to the 395 right now. I am in the passenger seat. My photographer, Justin, is right here driving on to 395. But you can see that the signs are out, road work ahead. What I also find interesting is WashDOT has a sign that says use both lanes to merge point. Hopefully you can see that. Use both lanes to merge point. This is what you're supposed to do right here. You come to the very end and then we're gonna see if this person's gonna let us through, and it looks like they did. So that was a successful zipper merge right there.
We want both lanes being used up to the merge point, and then, zipper merge and be polite and come together in one lane, and so we can get over the bridge, like I said, as fast and efficiently as possible. The fine for lane blocking is $136, and actually within the last 2 weeks here, we've had troopers stationed in this area looking for that violation.
Reporting from the Blue Bridge, Austin Reed, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Austin. And while that zipper merge is a good skill to have, you won't need it for the Blue Bridge for too long. As of now, the work is scheduled to be complete by the end of this year. And we know spring and summer is always roadwork season in Washington, but it's not really feeling much like summer out there right now. Stacey Lee is tracking some very unsettled weather in your First Alert forecast. That's next on Apple Valley News Now.
Does your phone have the Apple Valley News Now app? With top local stories, first alert weather, and an easy way to enter our contests. Make Apple Valley News Now your go-to information app. Search and download on the App Store or Google Play.
They are the very best. They are champions.
Kind of blowing my mind.
Who are the Jeopardy Masters? 6 all-time greats, 1 incredible tournament. I think I'm doing this correctly. Bring it.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event starts Wednesday on ABC.
If your family is anything like this, you need quality floors from Empire today. Like durable carpet with built-in stain and pet protection. Tough wood laminate with a scratch-resistant finish. Or waterproof vinyl plank floors. Even bath time is no match. And when life happens, Empire backs every floor with great warranties. Quality floors you can count on.
Save $350 on your next project. Call this special number now.
1-844-254-8536.
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
Prosser Digestive Health Center is now offering gastroenterology services daily, including weekends. Board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandenburg provides the full spectrum of digestive health care. His services include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Weather-wise, it's been kind of a strange winter with lots of clouds and more rain than usual. Now it's springtime and we're all looking forward to some great northwest weather. But a pop-up rain shower or blowing dust can change your plans. So trust Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather, to give you plenty of warning of what's headed our way because we want no weather surprises.
Trust Stacey Lee and Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather, on your side.
Always on your side.
Feed the pets. Tumbleweed Cat Rescue is hosting a pet food drive all around the Tri-Cities for families in need. During the month of April, we're hoping to raise over 3,000 pounds of pet food to help people afford pet ownership and to keep families together with their pets. There will be donation bins at the following locations all month long, and donated food will be distributed to public pet food pantries and food banks in our area. Please help us to help our community and feed the pets.
If you're feeling stressed, these 7 rescue remedies can help you. Sighing.
Art, that's your specialty.
Next live, Carson Kressley. Tomorrow at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Incredible Palouse Falls by Air, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back. Sending kids outside to play could give them a serious boost of mental health protection. That's according to a new study published today in JAMA Pediatrics. The New York Times reports researchers in Taiwan looked at records from school fitness tests and compared them to insurance records of things like medical claims, diagnoses, and prescriptions. As students ran faster and were able to do more sit-ups, they were getting more physically fit, their risks for things like depression and anxiety went down. Now, the researchers are saying this study is significant because it looked at objective numbers and diagnoses rather than self-analysis. Now, you might have heard people complain that everyone has mental health struggles right now. Maybe you've even made that complaint yourself. When does a bad day cross the line into a serious concern? And doctors say it starts with knowing the symptoms that can slowly pile up. When your body doesn't feel well, you see a doctor. But what about when your mind feels off?
A lot of us get overloaded on a day-to-day basis, and sometimes that load continues to build and to build, and then we hit a breaking point.
Dr. Jay Lee with the American Academy of Family Physicians says routine doctor visits are critical, especially when it comes to mental health.
As a family physician, when I walk into a room of somebody that I've known for a while, I can kind of just take one look and ask them, "Yeah, you doing okay?"
Lee says it's important to share symptoms with your doctor, especially if you have signs of depression. Those can include feeling persistently sad, hopeless, irritable, guilty, or if you've lost interest in things you used to love, if you're having trouble sleeping, concentrating, or have thoughts of death or suicide. Another common mental health illness is anxiety. General symptoms include feeling restless, easily fatigued, trouble concentrating, being irritable, having sleep problems, and not being able to control feelings of worry.
If you're able to name it or give it a name, it's almost less threatening when you have something that you can point to and say, "This is what it is that's bothering me."
With a diagnosis, symptoms can be treated sooner, or a referral can be made to get a patient the help that's needed. And the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is also available 24 hours a day. You can call or text 988. Now, here in the Tri-Cities, we're continuing to track progress on the Recovery Center, which is in development right now. After years of work, the Columbia Valley Center for Recovery is in the last stages of planning before construction is set to get underway. The Benton Franklin Behavioral Health Advisory Committee says they've raised more than $23 million for this project, on top of the money that's coming in from a local sales tax.
The idea is that for many of these services, they will be reimbursable through Medicare, Medicaid, insurance companies, and that hopefully the bulk of those services will be reimbursable in that way. And then what the 1/10 of 1% does for us is it gives us the ability to shore up those gaps where that institutional funding won't cover it, and to be able to offer those services.
Now, organizers are hoping to have the Columbia Valley Center for Recovery open sometime next year. You can find more about the progress of this project over on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, we've been on a weather roller coaster for the month of April. We have, 2 more days and then we'll slide into May. But we are tracking some lightning just outside of Dayton in the foothills of the Blues, the Blue Mountain area. A couple strikes there. Not severe, but there is a cell. You can see it right there. And even a little bit of snow falling in the upper elevation. And that's been the case all day long, as we were seeing snow earlier in the Cascades and even a little bit tonight. 57 degrees on our sky cam tonight, Legends Casino on Columbia Point. Winds have actually receded a little bit down to 10 miles per hour. They're not going to stay that way. Unfortunately, we're going to see some strong gusty winds going through the next couple of days. Let's talk temperatures. If you thought it felt colder today, it certainly was and certainly still is. We're 9 degrees lighter right now than we were 24 hours ago. 6 degrees cooler in Tri-Cities and 5 in Yakima. So a little bit cool as this low pressure system moves through the area, and you can see it's scattering out showers and even some random snow showers in upper elevations. And that is the pattern as we get into tomorrow. We're going to have areas clearing up though through the Columbia Basin, but we're still going to see some pretty active weather, especially in the Cascades and even towards the foothills of the Blues. Now, there is a chance of a scattered shower coming through early morning hours, but check out that band of snow. That's going to mainly impact the southern portion of the Cascades in Washington, right into the Oregon Cascades. We continue to see cells of rain coming through the region and even some more snow showers in those southern Blue Mountains, and some rain possible there in Hermiston. Getting into our Wednesdays when we're going to have a better chance of a little bit of a break between systems, clearing skies, but there's another system brewing out of the Pacific that will start moving in on Thursday. Now, rain. We need that rain. We're at a deficit all through our area. It's been a very, very dry April, as you can see from these numbers. 1/10 of an inch of rain for the whole month of April so far for Tri-Cities. A tiny bit more in Yakima, but not much. And Walla Walla really feeling that deficit, 1.5 inches light there. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. We're also watching our strong and gusty winds, and those will continue. Now, they're receding tonight a little bit, dying down, but then they're going to pick right up as we start off tomorrow morning. Foothills of the Blues, Columbia Basin, lower Yakima Valley. As the day progresses, we'll see the winds kind of pick up all through the area. Hermiston to Pendleton, Tri-Cities, blustery, as well as Ellensburg and Yakima. Move into Wednesday, and we see even stronger and more gusty winds, especially coming down the Columbia River, Hanford Reach area into the Columbia Basin, foothills of the Blues. So the big story for the next couple of days, of course, are going to be these gusty winds. Tonight, temperatures, most of us staying above the freezing level. Right there, though, in Pendleton, chilly at 32, 31 in Ellensburg. Everybody else in the mid-upper 30s and even 40 degrees overnight, Tri-Cities. Tomorrow, cloudy, breezy. We're a few degrees below our average temperatures for this time of year, especially along the foothills of the Blues. 64 Tri-Cities, 58 in Yakima. Let's take a peek at our 7-day planning forecast. There you go. Breezy winds right into the first day of May, which is Wednesday. That next system impacting our region on Thursday, and then we'll see a gradual warming trend into the weekend. Same story here in the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities area. Breezy winds, rain chances increasing on Thursday with temperatures back to the 70s through the weekend. In Walla Walla, we have more showers possible tomorrow. Remember, closer to the mountains there. May 1st, breezy winds. As you get into the weekend, you'll see temperatures close to 70. It's going to be extra windy in Hermiston, by the way, for Tuesday and Wednesday. Be prepared for that. Showers on the way Thursday, and then things are starting to look pretty good heading into the weekend with a slight chance of showers here on Saturday. So very active spring weather continues in our area. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. And up next on Apple Valley News Now, what we know about the standoff that took over a Tri-Cities apartment complex for hours and ended with a 79-year-old man in jail. That's next.
They are the very best. They are champions, and they're not done yet. Bring it. Who are the Jeopardy Masters? Last year's champion returns.
Surreal moment.
But it's anybody's game.
It's going to be tough against people like these.
Formidable. It's something more to prove.
As some of the all-time greats compete for a chance to be crowned the 2024 Jeopardy Masters champion.
I believe the move is all in.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event starts Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
How do you measure the gift of time with your loved ones? How do you weigh the feeling of hope and the peace of mind not having to travel for the health care you deserve? At Good Shepherd, every decision we make is with our patients in mind, to bring you new, renowned doctors, the best technology, to offer compassion in your times of need, to serve our region, to be there for you. Thank you for trusting us with your care.
Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington is holding an Air Miles drive to help grant wishes to local children with critical illnesses. With nearly every wish now through August requiring air travel, your donation of airline miles today can launch countless journeys of joy and healing. Alaska Airlines will match a portion of the Alaska donations to jumpstart the campaign, and McCurley dealerships want to help get the word out to Eastern Washington. Turn miles into smiles by donating your unused air miles or points to Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington today.
When two family pets are killed by sheriff's deputies,
They got out their AKs in a residential neighborhood and proceeded to shoot.
viewers asked us to find out why.
They're running around and just playing.
Apple Valley News Now digs deeper,
No one got hurt. There was no dog fights.
trying to get answers.
The dogs didn't do anything.
We prioritize human life over a dog.
Local news you need from people you trust. Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check.
Joe McDonald volunteered at the Pasco Aviation Museum, and although he is gone, his dedication to the museum lives on, earning them a $1,000 check from STCU.
He was very particular and did all the research, so the information that's in the display cases were absolutely accurate.
STCU honors volunteers in our community. To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Everybody wants to talk about it.
Are you sure you want this? We deserve this.
Big trauma coming into the back lot.
You can get me out of this, right?
I am scrubbing in.
I'm leaving you in very capable hands.
I have 5 rules.
Welcome back. Kennewick police arrested a 79-year-old man after an hours-long standoff at an apartment complex last night. Police say they were called out to check on 79-year-old Eduardo Medrano because someone had said they heard an argument, but at the same time, police say Medrano called 911 himself, asking for medical help for someone else who was sick. Police say when officers got there, they did find someone sick, but they say Medrano was upset and argumentative and had a gun nearby. Police say Medrano's behavior escalated, so the officers left and Medrano went into his room. The officers then had to go back in, get the person who was sick, and bring him out to medical personnel. Meanwhile, they say Medrano was in his bedroom with a 10-gauge shotgun. Police say they took a look at the records. They found out Medrano is a convicted murderer in Arizona with a history of felony assaults here in Washington. Because of both of those things, he is not allowed to have guns. Police say the gun he had turned out to be stolen, and it took several hours, but officers were eventually able to arrest Medrano without anyone being injured. They booked him into the Benton County Jail on a half-dozen charges. Still ahead tonight, unrest on college campuses still gathering momentum across the country as protesters are showing their support for Palestinians in a way that has some other students feeling unsafe.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
They are the very best. They are champions, and they're not done yet. Bring it? Who are the Jeopardy masters? Last year's champion returns.
Surreal moment.
But it's anybody's game.
It's going to be tough against people like these.
Formidable. It's something more to prove.
As some of the all-time greats compete for a chance to be crowned the 2024 Jeopardy Masters champion.
I believe the move is all in.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event starts Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we'll have a look at the status update on the repainting of the Blue Bridge. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona lets you know how your weather will be looking and when we can expect the 70s. We hope to see you here early Tuesday morning.
Hi, this is Paul Wood at Woods Nursery. These are our arborvitaes for this season. We're running a special on them. They're 67 footers. They're $89.95 while they last. We've got fountains too, over 60 of them to choose from. Flowering trees. We have 5 acres of nursery stock. It's absolutely full this year, and we'd love to see you come out and join us. And we appreciate your business for over 50 years, Woods Nursery.
Are you suffering with foot pain? Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jared Clifford is board certified and now accepting new patients. His services include arthroscopic ankle surgery, foot and ankle fractures, heel pain, diabetic foot care, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Clifford or learn more about podiatry services at Prosser Orthopedic Center, call 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. You'll find 16 pages of store-wide savings. Pick up a copy in-store today. Members save $50 on an Avanti 7 cubic foot chest freezer and Z-Grill's wood pellet grill. Stock up and save on Ball 12-count pint jars, now $2 off. Plus, don't miss our annual Planting Day event, Saturday, May 4th from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Find these savings and more in our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
Weather-wise, it's been kind of a strange winter with lots of clouds and more rain than usual. Now it's springtime and we're all looking forward to some great northwest weather. But a pop-up rain shower or blowing dust can change your plans. So trust Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather to give you plenty of warning of what's headed our way because we want no weather surprises.
Trust Stacy Lee and Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather on your side.
Always on your side.
By the time I was 6, I knew I wanted to be a firefighter. And what we do is hard. On the body, on the mind. We're family, and I am so proud to answer the call with you right beside me.
We'll take a look at this. A train derailment in Portland forced a historic bridge to shut down this morning, but not for the reason you might think. The train derailed under the Union Pacific Steel Bridge in the middle of morning rush hour and ended up, as you see here, leaning on a support column. The Oregon Department of Transportation posted on social media a few hours after the derailment, saying the bridge had been inspected and was able to reopen. All right, we say it all the time. If you don't like the weather, take a drive or just wait a few minutes. Stacey Lee is tracking a little bit of everything, including snow, in your first alert forecast. Plus, it is already the end of April, which means fire season is right around the corner. We're going to hear from volunteers working to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And a program that has been lowering internet bills for tens of millions of American families is about to run out of cash. Apple Valley News Now Primetime continues.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time on your side.
Benton County Fire District 1 says the fire that destroyed a cold storage warehouse in Findlay over a week ago is still smoldering. And the fire district says they can't really go in and douse it with water because they're not allowed to use aircraft in the situation. The warehouse is huge, and they want to keep as much evidence intact as they can for fire investigators. So you can see fire crews are still out there. They're putting water on the building. They're also aware of concerns about the smoke. They have portable monitors out, keeping an eye on air quality. You may remember in May of last year, a huge wind-driven fire ripped through Zintel Canyon in Kennewick. Fire investigators were never able to determine for sure how it started. Well, this year, the city of Kennewick is working with Team Rubicon to have crews go in and clear out brush and other potential fuel in Zintel Canyon in the hopes of mitigating any future fires.
By reducing fuel load, you're reducing the potential intensity of the fire and maybe reducing the rate of spread. By reducing the intensity and rate of spread, it gives the firefighters of Kennewick a little bit more opportunity to defend the homes.
Now, these crews are working with some potentially dangerous tools, so do be sure to keep your distance if you're in the area. And you might see some closures at the park or on the Spirit of America Trail between now and when that work is set to wrap up on Sunday. Now, it was pretty windy out there today, but Stacey, are we going to see that continue through the week?
The answer to that is yes, we are going to, Alyssa. And I know people were coming in and out and telling me to quit the, stop the wind, but I can't. And I can't stop the lightning that we've been seeing here in the Blue Mountains just outside of Dayton with a couple of lightning strikes. That cell moving through. Look at that. A little bit of snow in those upper elevations. Winter weather advisory through tomorrow for the Cascade Mountains. Quite a bit of snow possible. Had a bit this morning, getting more tomorrow. So be aware of that if you're traveling across the passes. 57 degrees though right now. Look at that. The skies have cleared just a little while ago. That was really dark and gloomy. Winds are starting to decrease, but you can see our tower camera bouncing around up on top of Tanum Ridge. Our sunset at 8:03. So forecast tonight, look for those partly cloudy skies. Still breezy, 10 to 20 miles an hour, decreasing, however, 40 degrees, the average for our low in our region. Tomorrow, going to see cloudy skies, stray showers, 64 degrees, and strong gusty winds once again through most of our area. So just be aware. So look for those partly cloudy skies tonight. Those winds in place through Wednesday. Possible thunderstorms. We've been seeing those in the foothills, but warmer temps on the way for the weekend. I'll get to all those details coming up in your first alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. Tonight, Hamas terrorists are reportedly considering a ceasefire proposal that would free Israeli hostages they've held since October and would give a pause to Israel's attacks on Gaza. While we're waiting on that decision, protesters on college campuses here in the U.S. are starting to see some serious consequences. Melissa Rainey has the latest.
A deadline set by Columbia University officials to vacate an encampment on the New York campus has passed, and protesting students say they aren't going anywhere.
They will not be moved. We demand divestment. We will not be moved unless by force.
Officials have begun suspending students who refuse to leave. In Los Angeles Monday, protesters entered a building on the campus of UCLA. And many colleges have called police to remove encampments on campuses because they don't comply with their rules. Texas State Police in riot gear arrested at least 6 people at the University of Texas at Austin Monday afternoon. Most of them are not affiliated with the school, officials said. The White House says it is important that Americans be given the right to peacefully protest. while also calling out anti-Semitism.
We have to be able to allow Americans to peacefully protest within the law. That is important, and that's what the president wants to see.
Some Jewish students say they feel threatened on campuses as the protests get more intense.
When these people are chanting, excuse my language, in unison, Zionists on the quad lawn of Emory University, and I have to stand by and hear that, and we're told that we don't belong on campus.
I believe everyone has a right to protest. The problem is when it becomes threatening, like holding up signs that say Jews are Nazis.
Graduations at some schools are in jeopardy as schools try to find safe places to hold commencements. I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
Now look at some of the numbers. Protesters have been arrested on at least 20 campuses in 16 states. Cornell and Columbia both have now suspended some student protesters. Making national headlines tonight, a program that's been helping tens of millions of American families pay for internet is about to run out of money. The FCC says people enrolled in the Affordable Connectivity Program, or ACP, will get less than half the assistance they used to coming up in May. After that, they won't get anything at all. The FCC has been warning for months that this was coming. The commission had to stop taking new applications for the internet subsidies in February. But despite those warnings and bipartisan support in Congress to extend the program, so far lawmakers have not voted to approve any more funding. Now, as concern over the rapid growth of artificial intelligence continues, the U.S. government is asking leading artificial intelligence companies for advice. The Department of Homeland Security is creating a panel with CEOs from some of the world's largest companies and industries, including Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI. Michael Yoshida explains how the government is hoping to prevent potential disasters.
When it comes to assessing the threats of artificial intelligence, experts say the trick is to sort science fiction from potential reality.
The more immediate risks are things like these tools being used to craft cyber attacks or to power misinformation campaigns.
That's why the Department of Homeland Security is forming a 22-member AI Safety and Security Board that includes the CEOs of major tech companies.
So the idea is to give critical infrastructure in the US the tools, the expertise, and the advice needed to harness AI.
This is a technology that's clearly very powerful.
Speaking at the World Economic Forum in January, OpenAI CEO and AI Safety and Security Board member Sam Altman addressed the fears around the technology.
We cannot say with certainty exactly what's going to happen. It could go very wrong.
After numerous high-profile hearings and closed-door sessions, Congress has yet to pass a targeted national AI law. The Safety and Security Board stems from President Joe Biden's 2023 executive action, calling for a cross-industry body to make recommendations. But there are concerns about placing CEOs on the panel.
They're surely concerned about safety and reliability of the systems, but they also are looking to promote their own technologies.
The panel will also include leading AI academics, government officials, civil rights lawyers, and defense contractors. I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Now, lawmakers here in Washington did create a law this year banning so-called deepfake porn. The lawmakers also created an artificial intelligence task force to study the technology and come up with proposals for regulations. That state task force has several years to come up with those recommendations. On Capitol Hill today, lawmakers agreed on a $100 billion plus proposal to improve air travel safety. The bill, if signed into law, would require the FAA to use new technology to prevent crashes between planes that are on the ground. It would also increase the number of air traffic controllers and ban airlines from charging families extra to sit together, among other things. The Senate is expected to vote on this bill coming up later in the week. The USDA has now started testing beef, including the ground beef that you find in grocery stores, for the bird flu virus that has been spreading now in dairy cattle. The USDA says it's doing 3 separate beef safety studies. They're sampling ground beef bought at grocery stores in states where dairy cattle have tested positive for H5N1 bird flu. The officials are also taking samples of muscle tissue from sick cows that have been taken out of their herd. Another study involves cooking the beef to see how much virus is killed at different temperatures. The USDA said it is confident still that the meat supply is safe and there are multiple safeguards in place to protect consumers. Meanwhile, the FDA says it'll take over regulation of medical tests. Up until now, the tests that were developed by labs, universities, or large hospitals didn't have to get federal approval. But starting within the next 3 to 4 years, the head of the FDA says everyone will have to register their medical tests and report any problems or errors. Now, opponents have raised concerns about this, saying that will stifle innovation. We continue to track that unsettled weather. Taking a look outside, we've seen the cameras just shaking throughout the day. Looks like it may have calmed down. Stacy has a look at what to expect for the rest of this evening coming up in your First Alert forecast. Plus, we have finally learned who won the 4th largest Powerball jackpot in history. And this story is a little piece of the American dream. We'll hear from the winner next on Apple Valley News Now.
Incredible Palouse Falls by Air, Tuesday at 6.
Need a new furry pal? It's Operation Best Friend from Apple Valley News Now. Each Wednesday, we'll feature lovable pets from area shelters wanting forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Windermere Group 1 and Apple Valley News Now.
Weeknights on MeTV. Watch Andy Griffith at 8, The Beverly Hillbillies at 9, and Green Acres at 9:30.
MeTV for Yakima and the Tri-Cities. Broadcast channels 35.2 and 42.2 and on Spectrum Channel 182.
At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got you covered. We offer a variety of buildings and sheds that come with a 5-year limited warranty, free delivery, and setup. Whether you're ready to custom create your space or just need extra storage, we're here to help every step of the way. All in-stock buildings can be delivered within 7 to 10 days and custom builds in 3 to 4 weeks. So what are you waiting for? Find your perfect building or shed today with Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds in West Richland.
Watch me. Watch me take the stage. It's okay to stare. Not long ago, it seemed things weren't fair. A face like my friend's, that's all I would want. Now I can smile anytime I'm in front. I feel pretty. I must be a star. They helped me come a long way. I'll show you how far. Watch me. World-class procedures for cleft lip and palate at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
When it comes to floors, quality matters, period. Quality is what makes the difference in floors, and it's what you can expect from the best products Empire today carries. Quality is stain and soil technology to help protect your floors from everyday accidents. Quality is water resistance, where and when you need it most. It's a durable finish that keeps scratches from leaving lasting damage. It's floors that are manufactured in America, keeping jobs close to home. Quality is knowing your floors are made by some of the best flooring brands in the world. And when life happens, quality is having peace of mind that your floors are backed by some of the best warranties around. If an issue does arise, just call us. We service all warranties ourselves so you can avoid the hassle of having to track down the manufacturer. Knowing Empire handpicks long-lasting and durable products is what makes getting new floors easy.
Save $350 on your next project. Call this special number now.
1-844-254-8536.
Feed the pets. Tumbleweed Cat Rescue is hosting a pet food drive all around the Tri-Cities for families in need. During the month of April, we're hoping to raise over 3,000 pounds of pet food to help people afford pet ownership and to keep families together with their pets. There will be donation bins at the following locations all month long, and donated food will be distributed to public pet food pantries and food banks in our area. Please help us to help our community and feed the pets.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we'll have a look at the status update on the repainting of the Blue Bridge. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona lets you know how your weather will be looking and when we can expect the 70s. We hope to see you here early Tuesday morning.
Well, it's been just over 3 weeks since a single ticket sold in Portland, Oregon won the 4th largest Powerball jackpot in history. Now we finally know who the winners are. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has the details from the big reveal earlier today.
It's a near pipe dream for nearly everyone who plays the lottery, all hoping they'll pick those lucky numbers that will change their lives and bank accounts dramatically. Well, for 3 people, that became a reality.
I'm excited to announce that we have 3 winners of the $1.3 billion jackpot.
The 4th largest Powerball jackpot in the game's history. The ticket, worth $1.326 billion, was sold at this convenience store, the Plaid Pantry in Portland, Oregon. The winning number is drawn on April 6th. One of the winners coming forward today. You can imagine the shock of discovering you won.
Take a deep breath, and I told my mom, we're rich.
Of course, one of the biggest questions is what do you even do with all that money? Well, for Charlie, his health. He's been battling cancer for 8 years.
Now I can bless my family and find a good doctor for myself.
Winners can choose to take a lump sum, which in this case is a pre-tax payment of $621 million, or they can opt for annual payments stretched out over 30 years. As for the store that sold the winning ticket, the store's manager will share a $100,000 bonus, which the Plaid Pantry president says gets shared with other employees at the location. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good for him. Now I'm rich. All right. First Alert radar, been tracking some thunder and lightning. That has kind of moved on. We're seeing this system kind of move towards the Lewiston, Clarkston area tonight. A few snow showers, though, in the upper elevations of those Blue Mountains. Look at the skies finally cleared up. It was dark black just a little while ago, 57 degrees. Winds are decreasing, but not for long, down to 10 miles per hour. Our sunset tonight at 8:03. Let's take a look at what else is on the way. Temperature-wise, we are cooler than we were yesterday. I really noticed it earlier today. I thought, I need a coat. And yeah, right now, 9 degrees cooler in Walla Walla than it was 24 hours ago. That system that just moved outside of Dayton causing those temperatures to drop there as well. So cooler temperatures are going to be the norm for a couple of days anyway. Here's that system moving through. It's kind of unsettled and not real organized, but it is going to continue to create some active weather over the next 24 hours, specifically in the Cascade Mountains. We're going to see some more snow showers possible there right across I-90 area. And that's what I'm talking about. This band of snow that's starting to move through early Tuesday morning. Breaking apart, there's that unorganized potential with some spotty showers coming through the area, more snow showers possible in the Blues, some heavy downpours at times, and possibly thunder and lightning. As we get to our Wednesday, we're going to clear up. We have a little break between systems, but never fear, there's another one out on the Pacific that's going to move in late Wednesday into Thursday. Rain, we need it. We are at a big deficit for the month of April. Very dry. Remember, April showers bring May flowers. We've only gotten 1/10 of an inch of rain in the Tri-Cities, less in Hermiston, low amount in Yakima, and even less if you look towards Walla Walla and Pendleton. Deficits are much higher there, so we could use some rain showers. Let's talk about those gusty winds. We've been seeing those for the last couple of days. We decrease a little bit overnight, but then get ready. Morning comes and those winds pick right back up, and you'll be seeing those blustery conditions. We'll really see those winds get very strong in the Hermiston area as we get through our Tuesday. Move on to Wednesday, even windier, especially down the Hanford Reach, the Columbia River area, coming right on in to the Columbia Basin, right here along the Columbia River Gorge. Again on the river, those winds pushing right through those mountain gap areas. So expect those strong gusty winds for the next couple of days. Showers diminishing, still breezy tonight. Temperatures not too bad. Most of us staying above freezing. A little bit cold tonight there in Pendleton, right at 32. Ellensburg 31, 36 in Yakima, 40 tonight in the Tri-Cities. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy with some stray showers through the area. We stay in the 50s along the foothills, 60s here in the Columbia Basin or close to it, and the low, mid and upper 50s there in the Yakima Valley. Let's take a look at our 7-day planning forecast. There's those showers coming back on Thursday. Breezy winds, going to stay mostly dry with a stray shower in Yakima. Looking into the Tri-Cities, we have breezy winds with a slight chance of showers, more so on Thursday. Back to the 70s for the weekend in Walla Walla. Those breezy winds and those showers a little more impactful there along the foothills of the Blues, with temperatures back to 70 by Saturday. And in Hermiston, it is going to be windy, guys, so batten down the hatches there and look for those showers to return Thursday, with temperatures back to the 70s by the weekend in Hermiston as well. Still to come, your viewer photo of the day. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. Well, you've probably heard the research that says a little bit of alcohol might be good for you. The research that says a little bit of alcohol is bad for you. Tonight, we're breaking down a new study and why researchers say all the old ones were flawed. That's next. April is National Foot and Ankle Health Awareness Month. To avoid brittle nails and fungus, give your toenails frequent polish breaks. More at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jerry Clifford is accepting new patients. This is how we care.
Why is my internet slow? There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W. KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
No one expects to get in a car wreck, but that's exactly what happened last summer. The drunk driver crossed over the center line, crashing into us and causing life-threatening injuries. It was difficult to focus on healing while facing overwhelming medical bills and lost wages. How will our bills get paid? When can I go back to work? So much was running through my head. Abeda Nelson's team did the work to make sure we didn't have to worry.
Abeda Nelson, we focus on you, you focus on healing.
Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington is holding an Air Miles drive to help grant wishes to local children with critical illnesses. With nearly every wish now through August requiring air travel, your donation of airline miles today can launch countless journeys of joy and healing. Alaska Airlines will match a portion of the Alaska donations to jumpstart the campaign, and McCurley dealerships want to help get the word out to Eastern Washington. Turn miles into smiles by donating your unused air miles or points to Make-A-Wish Alaska and Washington today.
They are the very best. They are champions, and they're not done yet. Bring it? Who are the Jeopardy Masters? Last year's champion returns.
Surreal moment.
But it's anybody's game.
It's going to be tough against people like these.
Formidable.
It's something more to prove.
As some of the all-time greats compete for a chance to be crowned the 2024 Jeopardy Masters champion.
I believe the move is all in.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event starts Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Hello to all our viewers in the Pacific Northwest. This is your special invitation to watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now, KView, Channel 42, and CAP, Channel 35.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
We have a health alert tonight. Doctors say new research might have you thinking about a sober summer. We've heard for years that the occasional glass of wine could have some health benefits. But now researchers are reconsidering. Doctors are now saying that when you look at the big picture, people who report moderate drinking tend to be wealthier and tend to have better access to health care. Researchers now believe those are the factors making people healthier, not the occasional drink.
The degree of alcohol consumption that is going to cause problems still remains to be determined. But we know for sure that anything that is moderate or more, again, that's 1 to 2 drinks for women or men respectively, can be harmful and can cause a lot of different diseases.
Now, one more thing about the research up until now, doctors say researchers didn't look at how drinking impacts young people, and only studying people who had already survived to middle age skewed the results about how alcohol impacts your health. We'll have a final look at your forecast and your viewer picture of the day when we come right back.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's pizza party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus in Kennewick now accepting new patients for primary care. We offer patient-specific solutions for physical, mental, and emotional health concerns. You'll receive quality one-on-one time with our medical professionals and experienced support team. Begin your new health plan with today's best technologies and facilities for the whole family. Play hard, live well at the PC. Call us at 509-783-5465 today.
Weather-wise, it's been kind of a strange winter with lots of clouds and more rain than usual. Now it's springtime and we're all looking forward to some great northwest weather. But a pop-up rain shower or blowing dust can change your plans. So trust Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather to give you plenty of warning of what's headed our way because we want no weather surprises.
Trust Stacy Lee and Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather on your side.
Always on your side. When two family pets are killed by sheriff's deputies.
They got out their AKs in a residential neighborhood and proceeded to shoot.
Viewers asked us to find out why.
They're running around and just playing.
Apple Valley News Now digs deeper,
No one got hurt. There was no dog fights.
trying to get answers.
The dogs didn't do anything.
We prioritize human life over a dog.
Local news you need from people you trust. Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check. Joe McDonald volunteered at the Pasco Aviation Museum, and although he is gone, his dedication to the museum lives on, earning them a $1,000 check from STCU.
He was very particular and did all the research, so the information that's in the display cases were absolutely accurate.
STCU honors volunteers in our community. To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Does your phone have the Apple Valley News Now app? With top local stories, first alert weather, and an easy way to enter our contests. Make Apple Valley News Now your go-to information app. Search and download on the App Store or Google Play.
With friends, there are no secrets.
Hurricane Gloria didn't break the porch swing. Monica did.
Chandler, one time wore my underwear to work.
The best way to end your day. Friends, tonight at 11:05 on Apple Valley News Now.
Incredible Palouse Falls by Air, Tuesday at 6.
A lion was born without a drop of nobility in his blood.
All right, well, Disney's photorealistic Lion King made more than $1.6 billion in 2019, according to Deadline. Now Disney is hoping to do it again. They're putting out a prequel called Mufasa the Lion King. It has a lot of the same star vocal power we saw back in 2019. Lin-Manuel Miranda is writing the songs. You'll be able to check it out in theaters just before Christmas.
What do you think of those like real life animated movies coming to life?
I love the art of the cartoon versions. I don't connect with the computers in the same way.
Pretty neat though.
It's amazingly realistic though.
It is. All right, well, let's take a look at our viewer photo. It's amazingly realistic as well. Alan took this one out on the Columbia River, likes to take his walks. And if you look close down by the shore, there is a gaggle of geese cruising along
There you go.
Probably seeing a lot of babies around town right now because this is when we get all of our baby geese around the area. So be aware of that. Thanks, Alan, for your photo. You want to get your photo on television? That QR code on the right side of your screen, that's your best friend. Get up there with your cell phone, snap a picture of that. It'll take you right to the place where you can upload your photo, or you can simply go to applevalleyNewsNow.com, click on weather, and you'll see the place to do it. Let's quickly take a look at your day for tomorrow. Temperature-wise, out the door, looking good in the 40s. We could see some thunder and lightning, though, towards the Walla Walla area beginning in the afternoon through the evening, and it's possible for a stray shower. The big news is wind. It's going to be windy.
Lots of hairspray and a jacket.
That's right. There you go.
Thanks, Stacey, and thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. We're back tonight at 11.